From the Odes of Zhou and the South. Guan Sui. Guan Guan go the ospreys. On the islet in the river, the modest, retiring, virtuous, young lady. For our prince a good mate she. Here long, there short, is the duckweed. To the left, to the right, borne about by the current. The modest, retiring, virtuous, young lady. Waking and sleeping, he sought her. He sought her and found her not. And waking and sleeping he thought about her. Long he thought, oh. Long and anxiously. On his side, on his back, he turned, and back again. Here long, there short, is the duckweed. On the left, on the right, we gather it. The modest, retiring, virtuous, young lady. With lutes, small and large, let us give her friendly welcome. Here long, there short, is the duckweed. On the left, on the right, we cook and present it. The modest, retiring, virtuous, young lady. With bells and drums let us show our delight in her. Gutan. How the dolichos spread itself out. Extending to the middle of the valley, its leaves were luxuriant. The yellow birds flew about. And collected on the thickly growing trees. Their pleasant notes resounding far. How the dolichos spread itself out. Extending to the middle of the valley. Its leaves were luxuriant and dense. I cut it and I boiled it. And made both fine cloth and coarse. Which I will wear without getting tired of it. I have told the matron. Who will announce that I am going to see my parents. I will wash my private clothes clean. And I will rinse my robes. Which need to be rinsed, which do not. I am going back to visit my parents. One air. I was gathering and gathering the mouse ear. But could not fill my shallow basket. With a sigh for the man of my heart, I placed it there on the highway. I was ascending that rock-covered height. But my horses were too tired to breast it. I will now pour a cup from that gilded vase. Hoping I may not have to think of him long. I was ascending that lofty ridge. But my horses turned of a dark yellow. I will now take a cup from that rhinoceros horn. Hoping I may not have long to sorrow. I was ascending that flat-topped height. But my horses became quite disabled and my servants were, also, disabled. Oh! How great is my sorrow! Jill Mu. In the south are trees with curved drooping branches. With the dolich's creepers clinging to them. To be rejoiced in is our princely lady. May she repose in her happiness and dignity. In the south are the trees with curved drooping branches. Covered by the dolich's creepers. To be rejoiced in is our princely lady. May she be great in her happiness and dignity. In the south are the trees with curved drooping branches. Round which the dolich's creepers twine. To be rejoiced in is our princely lady. May she be complete in her happiness and dignity. Zhong Si. Ye locusts, winged tribes. How harmoniously you collect together. Right is it that your descendants should be multitudinous. Ye locusts, winged tribes. How sound your wings in flight. Right is it that your descendants should be as in unbroken strings. Ye locusts, winged tribes, how you cluster together. Right is it that your descendants should be in swarms. Tao Yao. The peach tree is young and elegant. Brilliant are its flowers. This young lady is going to her future home. And will order well her chamber and house. The peach tree is young and elegant. Abundant will be its fruits, this young lady is going to her future home. And will order well her chamber and house. The peach tree is young and elegant. Luxuriant are its leaves. This young lady is going to her future home. And will order well her family. 2 Jew. Carefully adjusted are the rabbit nets. Clang clang go the blows on the pegs. That stalwart, martial man might be shield and wall to his prince. Carefully adjusted are the rabbit nets, and placed where many ways meet. That stalwart, martial man would be a good companion for his prince. Carefully adjusted are the rabbit nets, and placed in the midst of the forest. That stalwart, martial man might be head and heart to his prince. Fo-e. We gather and gather the plantains. Now we may gather them. We gather and gather the plantains. Now we have got them. We gather and gather the plantains. Now we pluck the ears. We gather and gather the plantains. Now we rub out the seeds. We gather and gather the plantains. Now we place the seeds in our skirts. We gather and gather the plantains. Now we tuck out skirts under our girdles. Han Guan. In the south rise the trees without branches, affording no shelter. By the Han are girls rambling about, but it is vain to solicit them. The breadth of the Han cannot be dived across. The length of the Jian cannot be navigated with a raft. Many are the bundles of firewood. I would cut down the thorns, to form more. Those girls that are going to their future home, I would feed their horses. The breadth of the Han cannot be dived across. The length of the Jian cannot be navigated with a raft. Many are the bundles of firewood. I would cut down the southern wood, to form more. Those girls that are going to their future home, I would feed their colts. The breadth of the Han cannot be dived across. The length of the Jian cannot be navigated with a raft. Ru Fun. Along those raised banks of the Ru, I cut down the branches and slender stems. While I could not see my lord, I felt as it were pangs of great hunger. Along those raised banks of the Ru, I cut down the branches and fresh twigs. I have seen my lord. He has not cast me away. The bream is showing its tail all red. The royal house is like a blazing fire. Though it be like a blazing fire, your parents are very near. Lin Ji Ji. The feet of the Lin. The noble sons of our prince. Ah! They are the Lin. The forehead of the Lin. The noble grandsons of our prince. Ah! They are the Lin. The horn of the Lin. The noble kindred of our prince. Ah! They are the Lin. Poems by Tao Chien. Substance, shadow, and spirit. High and low, wise and simple, all busily hoard up the moments of life. How greatly they err. Therefore I have to the uttermost exposed the bitterness, both of substance and shadow, and have made spirit show how, by following nature, we may dissolve this bitterness. Substance speaks to shadow. Heaven and earth exist forever. Mountains and rivers never change. But herbs and trees in perpetual rotation are renovated and withered by the dews and frosts. And man the wise, man the divine, shall he alone escape this law? Fortuitously appearing for a moment in the world, he suddenly departs, never to return. How can he know that the friends he has left are missing him and thinking of him? Only the things that he used remain. They look upon them and their tears flow. Me no magical arts can save, though you may hope for a wizard's aid. I beg you listen to this advice. When you can get wine, be sure to drink it. Shadow replies. There is no way to preserve life. Drugs of immortality are instruments of folly. I would gladly wander in paradise, but it is far away and there is no road. Since the day that I was joined to you, we have shared all our joys and pains. While you rested in the shade, I left you a while. But till the end we shall be together. Our joint existence is impermanent. Sadly together we shall slip away. That when the body decays fame should also go, is a thought unendurable, burning the heart. Let us strive and labor while yet we may, to do some deed that men will praise. Wine may in truth dispel our sorrow, but how compare it with lasting fame? Spirit expounds. God can only set in motion. He cannot control the things he has made. Man, the second of the three orders, owes his precedence to me. Though I am different from you, we were born involved in one another. Nor by any means can we escape the intimate sharing of good and ill. The three emperors were saintly men. Yet today, where are they? Peng lived to a great age. Yet he went at last, when he longed to stay. And late or soon, all go. Wise and simple have no reprieve. Wine may bring forgetfulness, but does it not hasten old age? If you set your heart on noble deeds, how do you know that any will praise you? By all this thinking you do me injury. You had better go where fate leads. Drift on the stream of infinite flux, without joy, without fear. When you must go, then go, and make as little fuss as you can. Chill and harsh the year draws to its close. In my cotton dress I seek sunlight on the porch. In the southern orchard all the leaves are gone. In the north garden rotting boughs lie heaped. I empty my cup and drink it down to the dregs. I look towards the kitchen, but no smoke rises. Poems and books lie piled beside my chair. But the light is going and I shall not have time to read them. My life here is not like the agony in Chen. But often I have to bear bitter reproaches. Let me then remember, to calm my heart's distress, that the sages of old were often in like case, blaming sons, an apology for his own drunkenness. White hair covers my temples. I am wrinkled and seared beyond repair. And though I have got 5 sons, they all hate paper and brush. Shu is 18. For laziness there is none like him. Suan does his best, but really loathes the fine arts. Young Tuan is 13, but does not know 6 from 7. Tung Tsu in his 9th year is only concerned with things to eat. If heaven treats me like this, what can I do but fill my cup? I built my hut in a zone of human habitation. Yet near me there sounds no noise of horse or coach. Would you know how that is possible? A heart that is distant creates a wilderness round it. I pluck chrysanthemums under the eastern hedge, then gaze long at the distant summer hills. The mountain air is fresh at the dusk of day. The flying birds 2 by 2 return. In these things there lies a deep meaning. Yet when we would express it, words suddenly fail us. Moving house. My old desire to live in the southern village was not because I had taken a fancy to the house, but I heard it was a place of simple-minded men, with whom it were a joy to spend the mornings and evenings. Many years I had longed to settle here. Now at last I have managed to move house. I do not mind if my cottage is rather small, so long as there's room enough for bed and mat. Often and often the neighbors come to see me, and with brave words discuss the things of old. Rare writings we read together and praise. Doubtful meanings we examine together and settle. Returning to the fields. When I was young, I was out of tune with the herd. My only love was for the hills and mountains. Unwitting I fell into the web of the world's dust, and was not free until my 30th year. The migrant bird longs for the old wood. The fish in the tank thinks of its native pool. I had rescued from wildness a patch of the southern moor. And, still rustic, I returned to field and garden. My ground covers no more than 10 acres. My thatched cottage has 8 or 9 rooms. Elms and willows cluster by the eaves. Peach trees and plum trees grow before the hall. Hazy, hazy the distant hamlets of men. Steady the smoke of the half-deserted village. A dog barks somewhere in the deep lanes. A cock crows at the top of the mulberry tree. At gate and courtyard, no murmur of the world's dust. In the empty rooms, leisure and deep stillness. Long I lived checked by the bars of a cage. Now I have turned again to nature and freedom. The sacrificial odes of Shang. The Na. How admirable! How complete! Here are set our hand drums and drums. The drums resound harmonious and loud. To delight our meritorious ancestor. The descendant of Tang invites him with this music. That he may soothe us with the realization of our thoughts. Deep is the sound of the hand drums and drums. Shrilly sound the flutes. All harmonious and blending together. According to the notes of the sonorous gem. Oh! Majestic is the descendant of Tang. Very admirable is his music. The large bells and drums fill the ear. The various dances are grandly performed. We have admirable visitors. Who are pleased and delighted. From the old, before our time. The former men set us the example. How to be mild and humble from morning to night. And to be reverent in discharging the service. May he regard our sacrifices in summer and autumn. Thus, offered by the descendant of Tang. Lai Zhou. Ah! Ah! Our meritorious ancestor. Permanent are the blessings coming from him. Repeatedly conferred without end. They have come to you in this place. The clear spirits are in our vessels. And there is granted to us the realization of our thoughts. There are also the well-tempered soups. Prepared beforehand, the ingredients rightly proportioned. By these offerings we invite his presence, without a word. Nor is there now any contention, in any part of the service. He will bless us with the eyebrows of longevity. With the gray hair and wrinkled face, in unlimited degree. With the naves of their wheels bound with leather, and their ornamented yokes. With the 8 bells at their horses' bits all tinkling. The princess, come and assist at the offerings. We have received the appointment in all its greatness. And from heaven is our prosperity sent down. Fruitful years of great abundance, our ancestor, will come and enjoy our offerings. And confer, on us, happiness without limit. May he regard our sacrifices in summer and winter. Thus, offered by the descendant of Tang. Xian Niao. Heaven commissioned the swallow. To descend and give birth to, the father of our, Shang. His descendants, dwelt in the land of Yin, and became great, then, long ago God appointed the martial Tang. To regulate the boundaries throughout the 4 quarters. In those quarters he appointed the princes. And grandly possessed the 9 regions, of the kingdom. The first sovereign of Shang. Received the appointment without any element of instability in it. And it is, now, held by the descendant of Wuding. The descendant of Wuding, is a martial king, equal to every emergency. 10 princes, who came, with their dragon-emblazoned banners. Bear the large dishes of millet. The royal domain of 1,000 li, is where the people rest. But there commence the boundaries that reach to the 4 seas. From the 4 seas they come, to out sacrifices. They come in multitudes, king has the he for its outer border. That Yin should have received the appointment, of heaven, was entirely right. Its sovereign, sustains all its dignities. Chang Fa. Profoundly wise were, the lords of, Shang. And long had there appeared the omens, of their dignity. When the waters of the deluge spread vast abroad. You arranged and divided the regions of the land. And assigned to the exterior great states their boundaries. With their borders extending all over, the kingdom. Then the state of Song began to be great. And God raised up the son of its daughter, and founded the family of Shang. The Dark King exercised an effective sway. Charged with a small state, he commanded success. Charged with a large state, he commanded success. He followed his rules of conduct without error. Wherever he inspected the people, they responded to his instructions. Then came Xian Tu, all ardent, and all, within, the seas, beyond, the middle region, acknowledged his restraints. The favor of God did not leave Shan. And in Tang was found the subject for its display. Tang was not born too late. And his wisdom and virtue daily advanced. Brilliant was the influence of his character, on heaven, for long. And God appointed him to be model to the 9 regions. He received the rank tokens, of the states, small and large. Which depended on him, like the pendants of a banner, so did he receive the blessing of heaven. He was neither violent nor remiss. Neither hard nor soft. Gently he spread his instructions abroad. And all dignities and riches were concentrated in him. He received the tribute, of the states, large and small. And he supported them as a strong steed does its burden, so did he receive the favor of heaven. He displayed everywhere his valor. Unshaken, unmoved. Unterrified, unscared. All dignities were united in him. The martial king displayed his banner. And with reverence grasped his axe. It was like the case of a blazing fire which no one can repress. The root, with its 3 shoots, could make no progress, no growth. The 9 regions were effectually secured by him. Having smitten the princes of Wei and Gu, he dealt with the prince of Kun Wu, and with Jia of Xia. Formerly in the middle of the period, before Tang, there was a time of shaking and peril. But truly did heaven, then, deal with him as its son and sent him down a minister. Namely Aheng, who gave his assistance to the king of Shang.